the love story that moved Lionel Messi. After the death of her husband, she was keen to fulfill his dream. As captain of the Argentine national team, Lionel Messi fulfilled his lifelong dream of leading his country to glory at the 2022 Qatar World Cup. In the first few days of 2023, as Messi prepared for an interview on Urbana Play's Perros de la Calle show hosted by Argentine broadcaster Andy Kuznetsov, the World Cup winner knew he would soon fulfill someone else's dream. Juliana Eterno is waiting for a call from the other side of the world. She's at home in Argentina and has no idea what's going to happen. In 2018, Juliana's husband, Tomas, made some cards with Lionel Messi's face on them to distribute to thousands of people at the World Cup in Russia, sharing his devotion to the Argentine number 10 as a way of showing an entire country's gratitude. Tomas was a very brilliant and creative person, Juliana, known as Julie, tells CNN Español as she remembers that year. He came to me one day and showed me that he had written the Messi prayer, which is the Lord's Prayer based on Messi and all his magic with the ball. He showed it to me and said, "Don't you want to make me a little card?" At the time, Thomas was planning to travel with his brother and cousin from Argentina to Russia to watch the national team. His idea was to distribute them in the street so everyone would have a card. People asked him to give them one because it was a picture of Messi. "I mean, who doesn't want a picture of Messi?" Jolie says. Thomas's brother, Guido, also remembers that trip fondly. "We've been soccer fans since we were kids, and one day Tommy told me something about little cards," Guido told CNN. "We were making a rather arduous trip, with backpacks and carry-on luggage, and a few days before the trip he said to us, 'Well, on the trip you will take about 8,000 to 10,000 cards.' The idea was for Messi to know about this." That year, Argentina were eliminated in the round of 16, although Thomas's passion for Messi has not waned. After a decade together, Julie and Thomas married and began trying for a child. Jolie became pregnant in 2020, but shortly after learning the good news, Thomas died in a car accident. "We had a motorcycle and a scooter," Juliana recalls. "He went to play football with his friends and I didn't realize what time it was. A friend called me in complete shock and shouted, 'It's him, he's dead.' It was like this. Immediate. First, I was worried about my health. I was pregnant and in shock, and at that moment it was like, no, I can't. But then an idea flashed into my head and I said, if he's gone, this is what I have left, Jewel." During the 2021 Copa America, Guido and Julie continued to mourn Tomas' death. "At that moment I couldn't. I needed to get away from the national team. It was as if I couldn't watch something that was making me so sad," says Guido. "I remember I went to look for the little cards I had saved and stuck a card behind the TV. Well, in that moment with Copa America I became friends with the idea and I started to feel a different relationship with the national team and with my brother." Messi lifted the Copa America Cup on July 10 after years of not winning the tournament with the Argentina national team. During the early hours of July 11, Juliana's water broke. A few hours after Messi's achievement, their son Aureliano was born. For the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, Jolie gave one of the cards to a friend and they started sending it to each other via WhatsApp as a sort of good luck trick, she recalls. "When I forgot to send the picture at the beginning of the match and send it midway through. The team scored a goal. I felt it so strongly, the magic of the little card, that I said, I have to publish this. I was listening to the radio and I said, I'm writing a letter. I have to send it to everyone. I can't remember a happier moment with something. I couldn't stop thinking about him, Thomas, and obviously I was happy because we won the World Cup, and I was happy for Messi. But at the same time, it's as if I was saying, I want to celebrate with you," Jolie recalls, adding that she cried when Argentina beat France in the final. She's still waiting for a call from the other side of the world. On the radio show hosted by Kuznetsov, they told her they were preparing a special program to commemorate the first month of the World Cup in Qatar, and she couldn't begin to imagine what would happen. "Hi, Julie," a familiar voice says. Messi is on the other end of the cell phone with a shy smile and the little card Tommy created 5 years ago in his hand. "Here's the little card, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm sure he saw me somewhere lifting the World Cup.